Good day, everyone. I'm Janami M. Montañez from Group 4. Today, I will be introducing about the Chapter 6, which is a good life. And for our learning outcomes, we're going to explain the concept of good life as posited by Aristotle, define good life by their own words, and examine shared concerns that make up the good life to come up with innovative and creative solutions to contemporary issues, guided by their ethical standards. For the modern concepts and the Nicomachean's ethics, everyone is moving forwards towards the good, thus completing one's studies, training for sports, or talking is good. The good is expressed and manifested in many various ways for different persons and different circumstances. The good life, however, is more than these countless expressions, springs from living and doing well. And here is the important ancient Greek philosopher who is Aristotle, whose works span from natural philosophy to logic and political theory. He attempted to explain what is good, and he defined this may be usefully or our pursuit of the truth. In Nicomachean Ethics, Aristotle stated that all human activities aim at some good. Every art and human inquiry, and similarly, every action and pursuit, is thought to aim at some good, and for this reason the good has been rightly declared as that at which all things aim. From Nicomachean Ethics 2.2.
Good day, I am Jocelyn Torres and I am the next reporter. Eudaimonia. The ancient Greeks called the concept of living well and doing well as eudaimonia. The word came from the Greek word eu meaning good and daimon meaning spirit. Taken together, it generally refers to the good life, which is marked by happiness and excellence. It is a flourishing life filled with meaningful endeavors that empower the human person to be the best version of himself or herself. If one is a student, then he or she acts to be the best version of a student by studying well and fulfilling the demands of school. If one is an athlete, then he or she strive to be the best version of an athlete by training hard as well as joining and winning in sports competition. Furthermore, according to Aristotle, happiness is the ultimate end of human action. It is that which people pursue for its own sake. Financial stability for one's family, the power achieved from winning the elections, or the harmony and peace as reward for taking care of the environment. All this and more are pursued for the sake of happiness. Now, such is a thing as happiness above all else is held to be. For this we choose always for itself, and never for the sake of something else, but honor, pleasure, reason, and every virtue we choose indeed for themselves. But we choose them also for the sake of happiness, judging that by means of them we shall be happy. Happiness, on the other hand, no one chooses for anything other than itself. Nicomachean Ethics 2.7. Happiness defines a good life. This happiness, however, is not the kind that comes from sensate pleasures. It is that which comes from living a life of virtue, a life of excellence manifested from the personal to the global scale. It is activities that express virtue that control happiness and be contrary activities that control is contrary by Nicomachean Ethics 1.10.
I am Marino A. Fornera. So I'm the third reporter, and for example, making making sure that one avoids sugary and processed foods to keep healthy is an activity that expresses virtue. the resulting health add to one's well-being and happiness. Another example is taking care of the environment through proper waste management, which result in a clean environment and adds to people's well-being and happiness. These virtuous actions require discipline and practices. On the other hand, activities contrary or to virtue are those which do not result in happiness. Virtue plays is a significant role in living and attainment of the good life. It is the constant practices of the good no matter how difficult the circumstances may be. Virtue is the excellence of character that empower one to do and be good. Such virtue is cultivated with habit and discipline as it is not one time deed, but a constant and consistent series of actions. Everyone has the capacity within himself, herself, or to be good, but he or she also has to be disciplined to make a habit of exercising the good virtue. Then, being of two kinds, intellectual and moral, intellectual virtue in the main owes its birth and growth to teaching, for with the reason requires experience and time, while moral virtue comes about as a result of habit. The onward progress of science and technology is also the movement towards the good. Science and technology are one of the highest expressions of human faculties. They allow us to thrive and flourish in life if we desire it. Science and technology may also corrupt a person, but grounding one himself in virtue will help him her steer clear or danger.
So now, I am Marivic Amarili, and now I'm going to discuss the chapter 7, When Technology and Humanity Cross. So, the learning outcomes evaluate contemporary human experience to strengthen the human person functioning in society, discuss the importance of human rights in the face of changing social condition and technology's development, identify laws of policies in the country that protect the well-being of the person and the technological advancement and ethical dilemmas. So we have the introduction. The good life entails living in just a progressive society whose citizens have the freedom to flourish. The human person has the autonomy to make choices which may enable the flourishing of his or herself and society. So the United Nations General Assembly proclaimed the Universal Declaration of Human Rights on December 10, 1948 as the global standard of fundamental human rights for universal recognition and protection. So we have the human dignity. So human dignity is an ultimate core value of our existence. When we fully recognize and appreciate this truth in ourselves and in all the person around us, regardless of their status in life, then we pave the way for a just and progressive society. It is in this kind of society that we are able to become fully human, more free, more rational, and more loving. And human rights is the face of scientific and technological advancement are critical factors in one journey towards eudaimonia or the good life. Exercising the right to accept or reject, minimize or maximize, and evaluate and decide on the scope and function of science and technology indicates human flourishing in science and technology. Protecting the well-being and upholding the dignity of the human person must be at the core of continued scientific and technological progress and development. So we have the article of UDHR, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. We have the Article 1. All human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. They are endowed with reason and conscience and should act towards one another in a spirit of brotherhood. Everyone is entitled to all the rights of freedom set forth in this declaration without distinction of any kind, such as race, color, sex, language, religion, political or other opinion, national or social origin, property, birth, or other status. So next we have the Article 3. Everyone has the right to live, liberty, and security of person. Article number 4. No one shall be held in slavery or servitude. Slavery and the slave trade shall be prohibited in all their forms. So, Article number 5, no one shall be subjected to torture or to cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment or punishment. 6, we have that everyone has the right to recognition everywhere as a person become the law. And last, the Article 7, all are equal before the law and are entitled without any discrimination to equal protection of the law. All are entitled to equal protection against any discrimination and violation of the Declaration and against any incitement to such discrimination. So, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights has a long, bloody history, crafted in 1948 after World War II. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights now serve as a common understanding of what each person's fundamental rights are. These rights apply to everyone, everywhere. It is imperative that we all know and live this right to prevent injustice and oppression.
Good day, I am Michael Arsha. So, human versus robots. The rise of machines accompanying the progress in science and technology may render humans useless. Manual labor is gradually being replaced by machinery. So, the rapid advancement in science and technology has led to the rise of machines capable of performing tasks traditionally done by humans, especially in areas involving manual labor, complex, repetitive, or dangerous work. So computers became more and more sophisticated. Robots, usually designed like human beings, are created to perform complex, repetitive, or dangerous tasks. So, with the development of intelligence or AI, which may also eventually act and decide like humans, there is possibility that machines adapt the nature of humans. There is a need to reflect on the ethical problem posed by such development. So this shift raises ethical concerns such as the potential for machines to adopt human-like behaviors and decision-making abilities, which could impact human roles and value in society. So, robot is an actuated mechanism programmable into or more access with a degree of autonomy, moving within its environment intended task to perform. Autonomy autonomy ability to perform intended tasks based on current stage and sensing without human interventions. So robots are mechanism machines that can perform tasks without the help of humans or without human interventions. So, ethical dilemmas faced by humans. Unemployment. What does this mean for human beings who can be replaced by machines? Is the value of the person inversely proportional to that of a machine exhibiting artificial intelligence? So, humans may also have the tendency to become machine like, since many of the things people need, from convenience to information, are available with just the touch and swipe of the fingertips. Humans begin to function more like automations.
I am Nestor Tobato Jr. Ethical dilemmas faced by humans. As we examine contemporary issues in science and technology, information, genetically modified organisms, nanotechnology, and climate change, we keep in mind that the building of a just and progressive society entails the constant practice of the good. Human nature may be corrupted when the powers of our mind, our rationality, and our science and technology becomes manifest. If we are not able to rein in, in the vanity and arrogance that such powers unleash, then we are on the way to destroying the world. Why future doesn't need us? And written by Billy Joy in the April 2000 issue of Weird magazine. He argues that the most powerful technologies, robotics, genetic engineering, and nanotech, are threatening to make human lives engage specials. But wait, who is Billy Joy? Bill Joy. William Nelson Joy was born on November 8, 1954. He is an American computer engineer and venture capitalist. Bill Joy argues that the developing technologies provide much danger to humanity that it presented before. In, in particular, he focused on engineering, nanotechnology, and robotics. He argued that 20th century technologies of destruction such as the nuclear bomb was limited to large governments due to the complexity of gas device as well as the difficulty in acquiring the materials needed.
So, according to Bill Joy, the 21st century powerful technologies are: first, genetic engineering, nanotechnology, and robotic. So, genetic engineering, the study of heredity and the variation of inherited characteristics. And also, this involves manipulating organisms' genetic materials to alter its characteristic. Second, nanotechnology. Nanotechnology, a part of science and technology about the control of matter on the atomic and molecular scale. And also, this deal with the manipulation of matter on an atomic and molecular scale. Third, robotics. Robotics deals with the design, construction, operation, and use of robots, as well as computer science system for the control, sensory feedback, and information processing. This this involves the design, construction, and operation, the use of robots. So that is robotics. 20th century. Under is the world has developed technologies underlying the weapon of mass destruction or WMD, nucleus biological and chemical or NBC, requires raw materials and highly secretive and protected information. 21st century under genetics, nanotechnology and robotics, which G and R, powerful and dangerous, not requires large facilities or rare raw materials to create them, but knowledge also will enable to use them. Human nature may be corrupted when the power of our mind, our rationality, and our science and technology become manifest. If we are not able to rein in the vanity and arrogance that such power unleash, then we are on the way to destroying our world.